What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jamrepsu, my name is Paññā. I'm here to acknowledge your frequency, to offer your consciousness, to heighten your mind, to transcend about the deprivation, to ascend to this lesser room here on earth. Inviting one to experience here and now, not delaying time. You are the one. As you are here, in this time-space reality, viewing this here, feel within yourself in this vibratory of nature of your existence. Feel the whole vibration, feel the electromagnetic field, feel it within yourself. Now, raise the conscious up. Breathe the freshness of air, anchor yourself, meaning that to be here now, instead of having your mind drift off. That's what I mean by anchor yourself. Not, somebody say you don't need to anchor yourself. You don't even not anchor yourself when where you at. To consuming with the future thoughts that hasn't yet arise, dwelling in the past that has already been existed and passed and gone away already. So what are you doing there? Come back here now. So listen, play the present moment now and pay close attention. Black Lives Matter. BLM, the acronym for Black Lives Matter. It matters. And the solution cause root related to animals. I will reiterate this again, that the root of the causes of the problems that affect the atomic disruption of the mind, the short circuit of the brain, it is because the consumption of so many animals that was raised for consumption. Slaughter is the effect of the chaos of the animals and nature as well. Everything is being destroyed, polluted air, just to name a few. You know what I'm saying, right? And the human species alike doing things that unnecessarily. May I ask you, the listener right now, the slaughter of animals, for those whose job is to kill animals, are damaging psychologically. If not kill, so one can live. That was the primitive state, the internal past history, the extravagance of the date back, black, since when? Why I say black? Because it's like a shadow past since the tyrannosaurus, the meat-eating dinosaur. And then when the animals, evolution of the ape to human, do we eat animals really? Or do we eat bananas and fruits if we are to evolve? Something to think about. Excluding the plant eaters of the dinosaur. We love them, the long neck, the sweetheart, all right? So the sharp tooth, you know, the teeth that rip the skin of flesh, the meat, flesh, skin. That ain't us, that's ain't human, that's animals, that's lions, tigers, or whatever. Those who need to live by devouring others' animals' lifespan for their life form, for their own life force of lifetron, of life spirits of others. Of others that we don't even need. When there's spirits from plants, fruits, nuts, Mother Earth. The creature journey of the wild life animals without intellectual property of mind faculty. In other words, it is what they only know how to devour animals to live. We able to shift our paradigm, our mental faculty, recalibrate, re-engineer, to reconfigure the mind, to alter consciousness, right? Now listen closely, and few of us may feel this and may go solo rampage and kills for the thrill without eating all that kills. Is that what you are? That's kind of messed up, isn't it? That is some evil monster lurking from your other side of the polarity of your heartfelt, beautiful spirit as you are, underneath the human species. You are the human. So be like one, act like one. Not like those other animals who eat to live, but not live to eat. You may have heard this many times before as well, not just from me, from others as well too, from sages, from monks, from the awakened beings, human, who can't comprehend. If you can't comprehend this, are you and then you consider yourself human species? Why do humans live to eat when with their intelligence they know they don't really need that? Because they just want to eat it. Understandable, go for it, you know, some occasion, but not freaking every day. You're thinking who you are. Ask yourself, who am I? That's a critical thinking. That is just not just the massive, that's just a way of knowing ourselves. It's the way to perceive things as they truly are. Not this artificial meat to help our it's artificial meat. At least that would be better than meat itself that taken out of life forms. You know, you see all the display in the fitness industry, the expression of the divine human, protecting of humanity, animals, and our beloved earth. Those are those angelic, the angels, the incarnation of a human, to love, to be human. Get it? To be human, not human doing. Likewise, doing come after the mind, of course. In the speech, right? It's all played first within the mind. Paint, that's the artist painting. So we gotta know the karmic diet, the vicious cycle of that affect our human DNA. How so, you may ask? Our DNA changes when we consume meat. We not consuming what is life that we meant to be, as we are the ape. Bananas, right? Fruits, berries, not tyrannosaurus who eat just for the sake of eating. Instant gratification. You gotta realize this for your freedom to be free from fear and to have love, because that's what you are. You are a lover. You are the lover. You're not eating that. It's unhealthy. It's inhuman. It is inhuman to be the so-called human people who are beastly, animalistic in the mainstream consumption, in the delusion of aversions. It isn't a delusion of aversions. It's greed. It's wrecking. It's wicked. It's wrecking. It's self-wrecked. It's contribute to craziness, to psychopath, to ignorance, to arrogance, to the reverse engineering, the deep peace. Once you reverse engineer, you get in a deep peace, deep stillness, serenity, equanimity, the tranquility, the magnanimous, the equipoise, the well-poised. That's when you recalibrate, you get the equilibrium in yourself, the godlike, the Christ conscious, the Buddhahood, the Kuan Yin, the wisdom that comes to understanding in an eloquent way manner is the self-realizations of oneself, one nature, the deathless. The deathless experience the equilibrium, the equivalent to the blossoming of the frequency of the highest elevation of the lotus, of the high ecstasy, the bliss, follow the bliss, that is the bliss, that is the undescribable feeling that is representing the wholeheartedly with the gratitude and the namaste. When you immerse totally within your wholeheartedly with the gratitude, it is immeasurable. It is burst the ecstatic bliss out, the joyous, the ecstasy, indescribable, unmeasurable, unparalleled. It is the notion that we need to kill so we could live. No, that is a misconception. That is just outdated, as I mentioned before. Another animal's friend has to die so his friend could live. Why can both live? Love, laugh, learn, lead, be legendary, right? You have family, then that's what it is. To lead the right way, to be the legendary to the kids, it's like leaving the name. That is legacy, right? And those who might want to be celebrity, good. But there's some stuff that's outdated, close, narrow-minded, mingling in which we are doomed because of outside is gloom. And then we feel like we're doomed. No, the sunny side of all things is from the inside out. It's not this close under the hood of treasure. It is in our reservoir, but we gotta look insideward instead of looking out, seeking out from out. Seek within, you will see, you will find, you will discover. Be the scientist. Be the uncovered scientists, or those who seek and explore, right? In order to survive, we don't need to kill. It's always been like that since time immemorial. Can it be changed? Can a human now, at this time age, dissolutions can evolve in this age of veganism, in the age of fruitarian, in the age of vegan as well too. Equilibrium, samadhi, and insight. To see for yourself is the insight we will discover once we contemplate, once we learn with life experience and wisdom. Not just knowledge from consumption from reading books, but for that's no small matter. I have gratitude for that as well too. From those who, from the art in the past, Venerable Narada, for example, one of the great art that I love to read and learn from and extract all the information from those 600-page plus and so forth. So friends in harmony, ego, family, and let them be and let life live freely welcoming as well. It's the sovereignty that you are. Free spirit if you like. Eating animal is not sexy. It's grossly. It is disgusting. After a while, for the same meat every freaking day, it is disgusting. It is engross. And heartfelt. Animals' meat is another lives. Understand this for yourself. Slaughtering just for our own, for the human sake of just living, is very, very insignificant thinking, narrow-minded, disgusting, inconsiderate, very selfish. Considering that we're supposed to be optimal frequency intelligently throughout the entire cosmos universe since time immemorial, mankind, man/kind, man, be kind, human kind, but there's no humankind in history. It's all fucking abomination and destructions. And they're talking about humankind. When you put in human and put kind afterwards, be congruent and make sure that it is humankind. I would appreciate that. Even scientists, Lord Buddha, Jesus Christ, they all explore within themselves. They are the true warriors, peaceful warriors. And in the process of doing that, it is amazing. And scientists now doing artificial meat that serving mankind. Now that's what I'm talking about right there, because no animals or human, whatever is being slaughtered, killed in the fact that they're doing that in the factories. Producing, creating, recreating, using their ingenuity, using their creativities, that using their imagination that enriches the world, as Einstein would put it in his way of saying that, like a child who uses their imagination, like us as well too as a child, we use our imagination, we are magnificent being with that mind, the malleable mind, with that, whoa, is a spectacular, that is elaborate mind that we don't even know of. That ethical standard is to eat, to live. Within the lifestyle, the life energy and lifespans, life form, life force, life trons, whatever you want to call it, be that. Know who you are. Be human. Be peaceful warrior, my heart and spirits. The consciousness, the depthless experience for yourself. You get to experience for yourself here and now, not delaying time. That is the Dharma. Know your Dharma, right? Learn of it. Learn who you are. Don't be scared. What you afraid of? You're not afraid to talk shit about other people. So why are you not afraid to go inside words and look at who you are? You're afraid of looking within your own self, but you're not afraid to talk shit about other people? Check yourself before you wreck yourself, homie. So look at like this in a destructive way, right? This is a constructive criticism. It is a metamorphosis, right? It's also metaphorically speaking as well to such a beautiful destruction that it is the creation of this magnanimous, it's equanimity that we experience when we rise, raise, ascend, a mind, a conscious altar. It is ascending. You gain the tranquility up here, right? Between the heart, mind, right? The fifth chakra, the sixth chakra, where you can see the pineal glands and the mind that is explode of this magnitude of magnificent in ourselves, the ecstasy that we experience, because all Black life matters as well. All life matters. take this into account. It's an actionable needed to shift ourselves intellectually, the cognitive apparatus, the skill to maintain, to attain, to just keep sharpening it and deflect the haters and keep love at heart. The lives that matters, the life over others is selfish, reason evolving slavery. It is crumbling before our eyes. As peaceful warrior, many of our peaceful warriors, many of the futuristic, many artists, activists, the coaches, the vegan, all those eco family, evolution, evolving, ecosystem, eco station that is there for the lovers. This is the phenomena. This is not phenomena flux as in the universe. It's entropy and flux at the same times, right? And it's oscillating. It's the fluctuations and your body is vibrating. It is go as follow, as the plant, as the animals, producing fruits, yield to the fruits that will produce in time with the season, claim to the high successful. We are success. You are success when you know what's good for you. When you find happiness, knowing that happiness is the way. It's the way to be. There's no need to get the happiness from outside force. Seek an outside force. You can ask us. They will ask you, how do you find the happiness? You create happiness within your own self. If you don't, you will just rotten. We will awaken from this disease of the mind, the mundane view, the desire for bloodthirst, imagine land, a border, water, ocean, Mother Earth. Wow, you would go destroy others, to take over, to conquer, to divide, to have not love, to massacre. That is despicable. It's not funny. Strangely, even the mass as well too. Look at it now. Even then, whoever wore a mask back in the 1980s, that's weird. Because they have to wear masks because there's problem issue, right? How about now? There's problem issue too. But the whole world is blindfold. You need to unblindfold yourself and start seeing things for they are and using your discernment. Human species are wearing masks. What do other animals would think if they have that capacity to communicate, to speak human language? What would they think? They live in it now, so it doesn't really matter. They always live in it now. Happy, healthy, right? Carefree. Human, they got some disturbing mind because of the too much of everything is not good. So upon the wave of this ocean of our own stream of thoughts, we gotta better ourselves. Don't have so much of this misconception about the ALM, when in fact ALM is an acronym for All Life Matters. What's wrong with talking about all lives matter now? What's wrong with what we're talking about Black Lives Matters now? It's universal, because all life matters. Period. Sorry, English sometimes, all right? Period. Always be and always will be, since day one and day now. Black Lives Matters. Black Lives Matters. Furthermore, I love you. I put tears in I love you. I put tears because I care. As Gary Davis Berkeley, we desire or else unavoidably imply whether our theonetic appeals are naturalist, communitarian, humanitarian, I would like to say it as a contractualist, consequential, etc., because there is no alternative to facing our humanity without love. As Martin Luther King Jr. would say, you cannot fight hatred with hatred. You cannot fight it, darkness with darkness. You have to use your own light and shine a light upon to burst the lights to the worst so they can see without disturb, but when it's going to be disruption, so they're going to be the jerk and they're going to eat jerkies. but they don't know that they can eat that mango jerky instead, right? The fruits that are not gonna hurt anyone. The condition leading itself through itself is the evolutions. Furthering itself through its irregular, it's gonna be a little irregular discomfort to flourish, just like a lotus. There's no mud, there's no lotus, but lotus, there's mud. It's gonna be some self of a designing, construction, scoping to better oneself, to have to lessen the burden to ship off what is not good, right? That's just the process. It's gonna be hurts. It's gonna be sometimes you're gonna feel like you're dragging in the dirt, but use your intelligence, because becoming a planetary organon of the communicative flows and body movement just indestructible. We just gotta flow and move and see where it goes and let things go as when it's not serving us. The dream of unify, the dream of unification, the dream of allies, of Martin Luther King, I have a dream, is the insightful expression and the appealing of a synergistic inquiry that remain generative for our universe of evolving and seeing the horizon as a philosopher, metaphysical philosopher, as a coach, as a trainer. It is the legacy, it is the spread words, vocalizations, in reading, writing, in videoing, in synergistically appeal to one, to create, to format, to revise, and to continue to create, to germinate, to follow their emerging lead of domains within ourselves, the happily living, the happiness from within into ourselves, out of ourselves, for one to all. The terminal leading voices from those domains within ourselves, within this core reservoir, when we so much explore every day, once we know what is good for us, increasingly the singularity of our planetary condition. Gaia, Paññā, Mother Earth, us, you, we, me, the little I, the ego, but know what's good for you. In this global economic and the singularity, or duality, scientifically, spirituality, technologies. As we have this conversation here about our humanity, about Black Lives Matters, about all life matters, because what matters, you matters. In this spectacular universe of this magnificent enchanting we have here, in this, specifically the member on this ocean of samsara, in this ship that we are living in, riding, make sure it can be a swift road. Don't be too much of a wreck. Always only relatively. Time is relatively. Specifically, we focus discursive inquiry. It is integral. We are integral as we integrate experimental, like some of the pretense of intellectual virtue, profoundly as this proficiency in our language that we're still learning, English, Khmer, whatever it is language that you learn, right? To speak, to read, to learn, to grow, to share, to love, to enjoy, to explore. In this universe phenomena, in this dharma, love for all, Black Life Matters. There is the solutions. Lean the air you will hear and you see. Don't pass sound judgments. Listen, learn. The solution for the great importance of truth that is hidden in the agenda for the propaganda, the paradigm shift, the paradigm control. As a peaceful warrior, we shift our paradigm. We use our discernments, we investigate, we take calculated risks, we go out and enjoy ourselves into the society of the unknown, the collective consciousness. So we have ourselves, and we have support systems, we have the unseen, the seen, we have the spiritual, the lover, the wizard, the magician if you like, the alchemist, the warriors, the scholars. As the peaceful warrior, paradigm shift we configure, we shift our paradigm, because the collective conscious paradigm also shifts, but it goes in different directions to the positive or negative polarity. The collective conscious as we know it, we also have the biblic or graphical flowers, our scholarship, and our monograph, and the conversation that we have within our own self, with our higher dimensionality, higher consciousness, our intuition, if you like. The conversation is the gardens of our interplay, and it's no competition because of the advocacy. We wave the flower, the blossoming, in the ideally that we would love, not the ideology of the whatever it is, you know about that. I'm not going to mention it this time, because there's something good right now about the landscape of that, having perhaps some topograph, the landscape of the beauty, the integratable of the best by some of the topology that is ultimately we as human evolve, right? Thank you for viewing. Namaste. Peace of mind. Love at heart. Beautiful. I love it.